Alright, so we're gonna call it in this spot. Mark wants me to go do something else. Make sure this can drain nice. Finish draining, that sucker's gonna be all the way full. Alright, let's head out to the next spot. Now off to the next spot. It's probably about a mile. He owns a long and narrow piece of property. So it's probably about a mile wide. Beautiful, beautiful country down here though. Alright, next spot. Deep in the woods. Turn some tunes back on. Almost too good.
Yeah, it's done well, but it just needs a lot more pitch.
Yeah, I see that.
And then I don't know what to do about the center section.
Got like 3 or 4 things to tweak up in this field. First one is I'm going to cut a little swale right here into this ditch, but I'm going to throw the dirt that way because you see that low spot, then he could use it. And then we're going to go, my watering hole's actually working too good. It's overflowing. So we'll start with this little swale right here. Try not to make it too aggressive. E42 is a little smoother than mine because I actually had them remove a like an orifice because it seemed like it needed a little more power, at least I felt like it. So they took this orifice out so that I had more power. I'm curious to see how the new one's going to go. Yeah, I'm going to just take a little dirt out and I'll just grade this with the blade. This little crossing. Alright, I'm going to just try to kind of make it a halfway decent little ditch down here. into it and a ditch out of it, and it's just filling up too much. So now I'm going to just take and clean this ditch. It goes down to a bigger creek. I'm just going to clean it out a little more. I got plenty of fall to play with there and drain this spot down that I'm sitting in right here. Deeper down here because it's barely trickling. Which is not a big deal. Alright, I'll start down here. Up to the pond, and I'm starting from the top. It's easier to work downhill than uphill as far as when you got water running. But you can see that water's flowing pretty nicely, so there's quite a bit's going to drain out of the center of the field here. Right, there's the creek. Oh, a sinkhole, look at that. I just opened this up. Look at that sinkhole I found. Watch, it's gonna go right down in there. Actually, no, it's found another sinkhole right there. I'm like, where's the water going? So that's going down and hitting some rocks and coming out in that creek. So it's actually going to lower this pond level the way I built it, but that's fine. It's going to be plenty of year-round water. So now I'll come and tweak this channel just a little bit. What it was doing is when it was just getting too full and it was seeping out here into the middle, that should cure that. So right there where you could see the bottom, it's probably going to drop this about 3 to 4 inches, give or take, which should be just enough to dry this out right here. All right, nice work. Boy, now it found that big sinkhole. Look at that thing. Just disappears right in the ground. That should have dried this spot up probably already. And I got my leftover spoils here for him to mix in this field. Yeah, it's, you could see those were all underwater, the green weeds. So now they're above the water, so this is all going to be dry. So they got one more low spot right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to dig them some dirt for that one or not, because I got a long way to get it there. But from now on, that's not going to get wet anymore like it used to be. So this is going to be much better. A little more tweaking and clean up and I'm out of here.